Hare Krishna. So, we just sang a bhajan, Parama Koruna, Pahoy Duijana, Nitai Gorachanda. We'll discuss that, and appearance of Lord Nityananda. Coming Monday is Nityananda Triyodashi, appearance day of Lord Nityananda. Magh Gaura Triyodashi is the appearance day of Lord Nityananda. Nityananda, always happy. The Jeev in this material world, in Kali Yuga especially, is not happy. Why aren't we happy? Because we're not living how we should be, what we should be doing. So we are looking for that happiness. But we don't know. We don't know why we're not happy. Because we don't know dharma. We're meant to follow dharma. So we are all morose. And Supreme Personality of Godhead comes to show us how to be happy in Kali Yuga by following properly. He comes as Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is incarnation of Balaram. When Krishna descends, Balaram descends. Kritavan kila karmani saha ramena keshava. Ram and Keshav both perform different pastimes. Atimatyani Bhagavan, Guda Kapata Manusha, hidden as humans. They perform many pastimes, different activities. So the principle of Balaram appeared also, principle of helping in the pastimes of Krishna. So whenever Krishna descends in any form, Nityananda comes and he takes on the mood, and even with more enthusiasm, even much more than Krishna. So when Krishna came to establish dharma and kill the demons in Kali Yuga, so Lord Balaram, he did a lot of killing and fighting and establishing dharma. When he came as Lord Ram, so Lakshman helped in that pastime. All the way he followed him in the forest, in the fight with Ravana and throughout. So when Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he was supposed to be Parama Karuna, very merciful. So Lord Nityananda came and he exemplified that so much. So now, as is the case with Krishna's appearance, that Balaram appears first. So Lord Nityananda appeared first also. When they met, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was 20 years old, Balaram was 32, materially speaking, externally. So now in Shastra it says, Anandamaya Bhyasat, how we are seeking that happiness. In Kali Yuga, that happiness can only come through taking shelter of Nityananda. In other words, coming to the Sankirtan movement and following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, Krishna's order, that we have to engage in the Sankirtan movement. Otherwise we can't be happy. And therefore the clue is here, that the name of Nityananda is Nityananda. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we know, appeared in Navadvip, in Mayapur. Lord Nityananda appeared a little distance away, some 3 hours from there, in Ekachakra. Ekachakra now comes very close to the border of Bangladesh. Ekachakra was also Dham from before. When in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna wanted to kill Bhishma Dev with the chariot wheel. You know that famous picture? It's called Rattapani. So at that time, Arjuna stopped him. So at that time, then Krishna threw it with great force, and it went all the way and landed there in Eka Chakra. It's called Eka Chakra. But also there, the Pandavas were engaged, when they were in exile, they were residing there in Eka Chakra, and they killed the demon. So if you go there, they'll show you all these places. It was a dham. Supreme Personality won't appear in a normal place. Eka Chakra is a dham. And they marked the place where he actually appeared. It's called Garbhasthan or something. And now there's a big temple of Iskcon there. The father and mother of Lord Nityananda was Hadai Pandit and Padmavati. He was born externally in a Brahmana family. He appeared, and they were also very pious. When he appeared, He was very dear to everyone. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is dear to everyone, especially to his devotees. When who he'll appear to, they're all linked to him. Just like when Balaram appeared, he had the 12 principal Gopals, were his own associates. They also appeared when he came as Nityananda in different forms. And they were, but a little different, the mission was different. So Nityananda appeared, and in his childhood pastimes with the other boys, they used to enact pastimes of Krishna and Ram. Like one will become a cow, another will come and the cow then will come to Vishnu, that this earth is so overburdened, why don't you come? And he said, okay, I'll come. They'll play, enact like that. Then the killing pastimes, they'll enact that. I went there and then we saw the pond where they were fighting, and then they did Ram Leela. In Ram Leela they had to build that bridge. They actually built a bridge across that pond. It's a small pond, just it was pastimes they were playing. So they enact these pastimes. Of course, Nityananda, for a young age he's enacting these pastimes, and parents are wondering, how does he know that? We didn't tell him because he was there. He enacted Ram Leela, Krishna Leela, he was there. So he'll be, and then there was once when they were enacting that Ram Leela. So when Lakshman challenged Ravan, one of the boys was Ravan. Lakshman was always played by Nityananda. So then the boy who was Ravan said, okay, now I'll kill you with my Shakti Astra. Then he took a lotus flower and threw it at him. It landed on him and then he dropped down and he stopped breathing. He was not moving, just like in the Leela. Then everyone gathered around, tried to wake him up. He's not waking up, he's unconscious, no signs of life. So they got afraid. The boys got afraid. They called the mother and father. They also came, tried to wake him up, and everyone was panicking. The whole village came. Everyone was scared. What happened? Then one of the boys remembered, oh, he told me that if I fall unconscious when you throw this, I should get the mountain. Hanuman should get the mountain. Gandhamadana mountain. So then they called someone, he dressed up as Hanuman. He tried to fight. He did the pastimes of Hanuman. Then he went, brought something. Then a physician came, took them something, all pretending, put it, and then he woke up. So that was, he was playing that part. So he really, Leela, but he went into it. When he was around 12 years, Lord Nityananda's mother and father, they were visited by a sannyasi. And they were very much, Vedic culture was followed there. So he came, they served him. Then they asked him that whatever you want, how can we serve you? You can tell us. He said, yes, you can give me your son. Then they said, no, well, okay, are you sure? Some other benediction? No, I want your son. And then they got into, they were very disturbed, distressed, and but they were following the culture properly. So they gave the son. And then after some time, they left their bodies because they could not tolerate without. Then Lord Nityananda was with this sannyasi, and he traveled all over India. They went to all holy places. Ayodhya, they went to Jagannath Puri when he was a young boy. It's mentioned in the texts where these leelas took place. He even went to Tirumala. In even South India, or Kurma Kshetra and Setubandha, he went to all the holy places. Acharyas explain he was purifying the places. He went and purified them of all the sins to prepare that Kali Yuga, Sankirtan devotees will come, they'll go there for purification and then start the movement. After wandering all over India like this as a mendicant, at around age 32, he came to Navadvip. He was waiting for the Leela to start, Sankirtan pastimes. So he came and he wanted to see, he knew that Mahaprabhu is here, Krishna, and he said, let me play a game. I'll not come and tell him, I'll not even tell him I've come. I'll just come and live here. Let's see. So, next morning, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a dream. He said, I had a dream I saw a magnificent, beautiful chariot, and there was someone wearing blue. He had a very bright, effulgent, whitish complexion. And on the flag post of the chariot, previously everyone had their symbols. There was a palm tree. He said, that looks like Balaram. And he came to me and asking everyone, where is Nimai Pandit? Where is Nimai Pandit? He said, I had this dream. So all of you, Balaram has come. Go and find him. So they went all around to find him. They couldn't find him. Srivas Pandit and Haridas Thakur, they went. They looked all around Navadip. And Navadip, you know, how big is it? It's not like city. Previously, villages were small, not so big. If it became too big, people left and started another one. And cities were restricted. Someone researched over an ashram community. Cities were restricted to some 50,000, that's it, people. Otherwise, you cannot manage. How long will it take? They went all around town, they couldn't find it. They came back, said, we couldn't find it. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, wait, let's go together. So they went to Nandanacharya's house. He went there, remember? He was hiding there. When they found him, they said, oh, this is him, this is Nityananda. So they met him, they paid obeisance. Then he was just silent. When everyone thinking, he said, Balaram, why is he so silent? There should be some, you know, like excitement or something. So then Mahaprabhu could understand everyone is doubtful. So he told one of the people, you chant this verse. There's a certain verse he chanted. You know that verse? You should know these verses. I also don't know properly. Anyway, that's from Bhagavatam. When Krishna went out to take the cowherd, the cows with the cowherd boys, and the gopis were praising him, glorifying, describing. So then explained there, Barhapidam, Natavara Kanayo Karnikaram, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, Barhapidam, he wore a peacock feather. Natavara Vapu, the great dancer, having a spiritual body. Natavara Vapu, Karnayor Karnikaram. In his ear there was a special flower. Karnayor Karnikaram. Bibhradvasa Kanaka Kapisha Vaijayantim Chamalam. He wore yellow cloth. Bibhradvasa Kanaka Kapisha. Kanaka means golden, yellowish golden cloth. Bibhradvasa Kanaka Kapisha and Vaijayantim Chamalam. They describe his form. Venam Adhara Sudaya Purayan Gopa Vrindai. The flute, when he was walking like this out, taking the cows, he was holding a flute. And in the holes, Adhara, Venur Adhara, Sudhaya Purayan, he was blowing in the flute, his nectarian, the nectar, he was blowing into the flute, playing the flute. Sudhaya Purayan, Gopa Vrindai, and he was with the Gopas. Vrindaranyam Swapada Pravishat Gita Charitai. In this way, he was in Vrindavan, Vrindaranyam Swapada, putting his lotus feet footprints all over the place. Pada Moolam Pravishtha entered into the forest of Vrindavan. Gita Charite, with the Gopas, the others singing his glories. So they chanted this verse, and immediately he went in great ecstasy, started rolling on the ground, and he went very much, in ecstasy. So in this way, Mahaprabhu showed them this is Nityananda. I mean, they were confused. Nityananda means he's associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He should be in ecstasy and absorbed and very excited. So then he went into that ecstasy. That place is still there where they met in Navadvip. So after they came together, that was because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, and he'd already by then taken Diksha, and he began to get into ecstasy. But then what was the mission? The mission is the Panchatattva had to come together and start the Sankirtan movement, going around and chanting everywhere on the street. everywhere. So that happened, and Nityananda Prabhu is a member of the Panchatattva. So they came together and they started kirtans all day and all night, practically non-stop. And they were preaching. The form that we worship Nityananda is with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, pre-sannyas, in that Navadvip, and the Panchatattva also there. Lord Nityananda also is worshipped with Gauranga separately, Gaur Nitai. But previously, Gaudiyama, they worshipped Gaur Gadadhar. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote many songs about Gaur Gadadhar, like this. And in the altars in Gaudiya Math everywhere is Gaur Gadadhar. But it's written in Bhakti Santa Bible. We don't know how to understand this. But those who aspire for Madhurya Bhav worship Gaur Gadadhar, and Vatsalya Bhav worship Gaur Nitai. He said that, but we shouldn't speculate and enter that, oh, we are going into this or that rasa. Who knows what's there. He mentioned that point. But Gaur Nitai, they are also glorified. For example, the opening verse of Chaitanya Bhagavatam. That is, it's in, of course, in Iskcon we mostly we read Chaitanya Charitamrita. What's that opening verse? Ajanu lambitam. No internet. So, in opening verse of Chaitanya Bhagavat and in Chaitanya Charitamrita, within the first, I think, second verse, the Gaur Nitai is glorified. So, for example, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, they combine together, and they are the you can say purifying avatars factor in this Kali Yuga. Ajanulambita bhujao kanakavadathao sankitanaika pitaro kamalayatakshav vishvambharo dvijavirao yuga dharma palo vande jagat priyakaro karunavataro. Chaitanya Bhagavat written by Vyasadeva, Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is the incarnation of Vyasadeva. He is known as the Vyas of Chaitanya Lila. So he wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat, very detailed pastime, everything. Because he didn't mention the later pastimes much after age 30, they told, in sannyas, after he took sannyas, so they told later Raghunath, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was requested to compile Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is the later pastime, and the teachings, which is so important also, his mission and the teachings, Sanatan Shiksha, Rupa Shiksha. So he compiled that book. Now that is the main book for our movement, for Iskcon. And Iskcon is, you can say, the vehicle for the Sankirtan movement. It is the Sankirtan movement. Right now it took this form. So the second verse there is glorifying Gaur Nitai. And Chaitanya Bhagavat, written by Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is Vyasadeva's incarnation. He opens his commentary with this verse, which I just read. He says, I offer my respects unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, whose arms extend down to their knees. They who have yellow complexions and who have inaugurated the congregational chanting of the holy names. Their eyes resemble the petals of a lotus flower. They are the maintainers of all living entities. They are the best of Brahmanas, protectors of religious principles for this age, the benefactors of the universe and the most merciful of all incarnations. So Gaur Nitai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, they formed a team and they began to propagate the movement widely. These pastimes are eternal. It says that they're still going on in Navadvip and Jagannath Puri. In the verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there Gaur Nitai is Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Godode Pushpavanto Chitra Ushandau Tamonudo. I offer my obeisances unto Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. They are just like the sun and the moon. Once a lecture began, I heard a sannyasi was speaking. Have you ever seen the sun and the moon rise at once? Never. No. How can it happen? Doesn't happen. It happened in Kali 500 years ago. Nityananda and Chaitanya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's bright, effulgent, golden form. And Nityananda Prabhu's cool, soothing mood. When we see him, we become cool and calm, and we become devotional. So, Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahrita Gododai Pushvanta Chittakshandatamanu. I offer my obeisances unto Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. They are like the sun and the moon, and they have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and wonderfully bestow benediction upon everyone. They appear to destroy the darkness and bestow benedictions. So they appeared in Gauda. Gauda Desh is in the eastern part of India. For the west also it's east. But they arose there, and slowly, just like the sun rises, it may rise slowly and then you see the rays, but it will surely rise and it will cover the whole planet at some point. So in this way the movement started, and it's spreading from there. Chaitanya Nityananda, they preached, but they preached how to preach also. They preached the movement, and they showed us that how we should preach. So we can also preach, because that's the movement, that's the purification, preaching. As they were, the mission was to spread mercy. As we know, we hear many times, when you see Lord Ram, Lakshman Ram, they carry bows and arrows and they kill demons, and every avatar kills. But this avatar did not kill, they did not. Lord Nityananda, because Mahaprabhu's mission was to bestow mercy, Lord Nityananda helped him in that role and became much more also. He would go around the town singing Bhaja Gauranga, Kaho Gauranga, what is it? I don't know. Laho Gauranga Namre. So anyway, he would chant that, worship Mahaprabhu and sing his name, and whoever does that is very dear to me. He would go around town singing this. And because he's Lord Nityananda. What did Mahaprabhu encourage people to say?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, worship Krishna. But Nityananda didn't do that. He said, please take shelter of Gauranga, take shelter of Gauranga. Worship Gauranga. And so what he would do is come and tell them, please worship, no. Please worship, no. Please worship Gauranga, no. Then he'll, start crying, save your human life, please worship Gauranga, please surrender, no. Then he'll get down and touch their feet, worship Gauranga, just take shelter, take him as your life. And if they still refuse, then he'll go to do full dandavat and roll around and start crying, why you're suffering, your human life, please do it for me, like this. So extreme mercy you cannot understand. Of course, when he came as Balaram, extreme force, he had his gada. He smashed many people with that gada. In fact, including once in a gambling match. He killed Rukmini. In a gambling match, someone was smiling at him, laughing because he was losing. Then he smashed his teeth. Then he killed the person who laughing at him because he was defeated. So he took a different mood that time with the gada. But now the mission was mercy. So he took it and took it really, to heart. That we have to somehow make people chant, but we cannot kill or attack. We have to pray, just try our best to. So we know that Jagai Madai Leela, how that was showing example. Tara Sakhi Jagai Madai. Jagai, that Dina Hina Chata Chilo Harinam Udharilo. This Harinam that Mahaprabhu and Nityananda would bring and spread, it rescued all fallen souls, even the wretched and most fallen souls were rescued. Harinam Udharilo, Tara Sakshi Jagai Madhai. Evidence of this is Jagai Madai, that they could take it, so anyone could take it. They became not only devotees, but preachers and spreaders of the holy name, and they gave Diksha. So anyone can do. If Jagai Madai can do, no, I cannot be spiritual, I don't know how. No, they did it. You can do it. Everyone can do it. So the mission of this mission of theirs, it started in Navadvip. Then Mahaprabhu went to Puri. He actually took sannyas, and sannyasis wouldn't stay at home then. He went to Jagannath Puri. Jagannath, but initially he went, but then he went, after a short time he took the tour of South India. And other western part like that, he came back. Then he remained there. Then when he came, because Nityananda also came to him. He's I'm supposed to be with you. So he came with him. But then Lord Chaitanya said, no, you can't come here. We have to preach. Bengal is important. You have to go and preach there. And if we both come here, then who will preach in Bengal? So then he went, Nityananda came back and he preached. A lot of songs described Gaur Nitai together. Actually, when they were together, there were many pastimes. And actually speaking, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is never, he is always where Nityananda is. He is not, but we may not see. It's mentioned at 3 instances when Mahaprabhu appears. One is if Nityananda appears there, and there's some other circumstances, like if Sankirtan is going very well, very nice, and that means book distribution. If you're giving many books are going out, it's bliss, it's great, we're giving so many books have gone out, Mahaprabhu appears. He will appear there, and he appears, then Nityananda appears. Or you're doing Nagar Sankirtan, everyone is in bliss, that's transcendental sound, people are hearing, everyone got influenced, they started dancing, became ecstatic, everyone is looking. Sankirtan movement is spreading, it's attracting people immediately, then Mahaprabhu comes. So that pastimes are continuing. This is mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in a purport in I think 7th or 9th chapter of Adi Leela. He says there in Desire to Devotional Service that the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are continuing. Just like Mahaprabhu, he had his associates. He was in Jagannath Puri, but his associates, they really felt separation from him. So they came, and when they came, they wanted to be with them. He said, no, you go back and preach. So they went back to Bengal. So we are followers of Mahaprabhu. We are aspiring followers. And actually what is happening, this is the mood. The mood is, we are assisting him in his preaching. He's there. He's there. Where is he? Where is Mahaprabhu? Where did he go? He left Navadvip? Yeah, he's in Jagannath Puri. Yes. He's there. And we want to be with him, and we go sometimes. But we have to preach under his order. So he ordered like people, devotees in Orissa, devotees in Bengal, and Vrindavan, everywhere. So he told them, okay, you preach, practice, spread the movement. So they're spreading, but thinking of him. And this is the Sankirtan movement. It's going on. We are also here. He's there. And to show us how to do it, Nityananda Prabhu, he did that. He also came. He wanted to be with Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu said preach, so he is also preaching. And so these are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, followers of Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu, still their motion is going on, the Leela is continuing. So Nityananda Prabhu stayed in Bengal, and then there's, that song start, Gunamani. So when Mahaprabhu came back, Lord Nityananda came back, there's a song, Nitai Gunamani. In that bhajan, it's written by Lochan Das Thakur. It shows what happened when Nityananda came back to Bengal. It's explained. So it says, Nitai Gunamani Amar, Nitai Gunamani. It's repeating that my Lord Nityananda, he's the, how do you say Gunamani? They wrote here, jewel of all virtues. It's hard to translate, but all of you know some Indian language, you can understand. Guna, Mani. Mani is like a jewel, pearl, and guna, qualities. He is the pearl, a jewel of all good qualities. He's like a jewel. So now Lochan Das Thakur opens this bhajan, which is explaining about Mahaprabhu's, Nityananda Prabhu's preaching when he left, came back to Puri. He says, Nitai Gunamani Amar, Nitai Gunamani, he's repeating. When do you repeat something?
Something is more important
That is one. Another?
to emphasize.
Okay, another. When you are either hysterical, you know, something you get so excited, you're saying something again, okay, relax, tell me what's happening. I can't understand. You'll repeat it, you know. So Nitai Gunamani Ama, Nitai Gunamani, he's repeating. Nityananda, jewel of all good qualities, the jewel of all good qualities. Anya Primavanya Bhasa Elavani. He has brought the flood of ecstatic love that has drowned the whole world. Again, Prabhupada speaks about sentences like this, that he drowned the whole world. Did the whole world drown? No. Then why is it written? Huh? No, but how is it? Because here there's someone cooking meat next door. He's not in the Sankirtan room.
It's in future.
Yeah, it's future. It's like that. That these songs are written. Now we'll be singing this after 5,000 years. Definitely. Whole world will be drowned. It will be the movement will spread. It will be something. Will be means if we do it, you know, not if we forget to chant, read, and we have to do it and go out and preach. Yeah. So he has brought a flood of ecstatic love of God that has drowned the entire world. Nityananda brought it. We say Mahaprabhu, but he is saying Nityananda brought the flood. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there and in inspiring you do. Well, he also did. But actually it is his mercy coming through Nityananda. It is him only. So then it says here, Premer Vanya Loya Nitai Aila Goda Deshe Dubilo Bhaktagana Dinahina Bhasa. That Aila Goda Deshe. When Nityananda came back to Goda Desh, when Mahaprabhu told him go back, so he came back and then he brought a deluge. There's a word in English called deluge. You know what is the meaning of deluge? Deluge is not used much now, but it's something like flood. But flood is like flooding. Deluge is it comes suddenly, wipe out, and a huge wave comes, floods everything. That's called a deluge. So when Nityananda came back, he was bringing Mahaprabhu's mercy. It's like a flood. A dam is broken, everything floods. You know, then everything is destroyed. Now houses, everything gets like that.
It's like a tsunami.
Tsunami. So tsunami means from the ocean. Definitely, it has to be. But flood can be, or deluge can be like a dam broke, you know, or lake over flooded. So it says that he came, he brought on Mahaprabhu's order, he brought Mahaprabhu's mercy. The mercy came through Nityananda. He brought it. He brought it and flooded everything. He has inundated the assembly of the devotees. Anyone who was a follower, he got the mercy. They all got the mercy. And it says here, the fallen non-devotees, however, they didn't drown. Dubilo bhaktagana dina hina bhase. These devotees, they got drowned. They drowned. I mean, what happens when you drown? You come under the ocean, water enters into you. That's it. We entered the ecstatic ocean. Ecstasy entered. And we could not come back into the surface in ecstasy. But it says here, Dina Hina Bhase, the fallen non-devotees, they floated. Good for them, huh? They didn't drown, they're floating. No, not in this flood. This flood you better drown. So they didn't drown. Then Dina Hina Patita Pa Maranahi Bache Brahmana Dullabha Prem Sabakare Jache. Nityananda, he freely offered this exalted prem. Yes, Brahma Dina Hina Brahma Dullabha Prem Sabakare Jache. He freely offered it to everyone. And such a gift he gave, which even Lord Brahma is aspiring to attain. Lord Brahma came to Navadvip during the time after the stealing of the cowherd boy. After that, he came there. He'd heard of Lord Gauranga and he came. I want to atone for what I did, and I want to become humble. I want to become your devotee. Then he prayed. Then Lord Chaitanya said, "Okay, you will come and take a very low birth in Chaitanya Lila and get opportunity to serve me." So Lord, we understand that from Gaura Ganodesha Deepika, that Lord Brahma took the form of Haridas Thakur, who was born in a Muslim family, but he was a close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's so difficult even for him. He also came to pray. He aspired and he was so happy to get this role. So such a difficult prem, Brahma Dulabha prem, Sabakare Jache. He gave it to everyone, even though it's so difficult even for Brahma. And it says, even to fallen souls who did not want it, he gave it. See, we are trying to understand the mood of Nityananda, isn't it? This is it. That you say, oh, he doesn't want, they're not listening, we are talking, leave them. No, it's not like that. They'll not listen, they're in Kali Yuga. And we are supposed to, preach it. Pamara nahi bache Brahma, sabakare jache. It says, Pamara nahi bache, they didn't want it. Still he went to give them the love of God. So this is the mood of Nityananda. And Abada Karuna Sindhu Nitai Katya Mohan Ghare Ghare Bule Prem Ame Araban Abadha Karuna. This ocean of love, he brought it. The ocean of mercy, it was first in the between, it was closed. It was all closed. But Nityananda broke the seal of this ocean. Nitai cut a channel and allowed the waves of prema to splash. Abada Karuna Sindhu Nitai Katya Mohan. He cut channels that when you break a dam, water will overflood. But no, he made the channel also that it should splash and enter each house. Katya Mohan Ghare Ghare Bule Prem Amiyar Ban. Ban means channel, dike. In fact, I heard that Bengal got the name because they used to build huge moats surrounding the land so people could not conquer. Bengal became known as Banga. The place was Bengal. So then Lochan Das Thakur says, Lochan bole mornitai jebana bhajilo janiya shunya se ghati atma ghati hailo. Whoever has not worshipped my Nitai or taken advantage of this excellent opportunity offered by him, knowingly commits suicide. Suicide means someone knowingly kills themselves. So now if you know this is Nityananda Prabhu and we are not taking shelter, it's like that because in Kali Yuga we are all going to die, spiritually speaking. It's really difficult to practice any form of spiritual life. But in age of Kali, if someone takes shelter of Nityananda, it becomes much more simple and we become happy. We are suffering, we are not happy because we are not practicing Dharma, but we don't know even what is Dharma. So in age of Kali, through Lord Nityananda one can be happy. Ha ha, Prabhu Nityananda, Prana Sukhi, Kripa Balokana Karo, Ambora Dukhi. By the strength, by your strength, the Bala, make me happy. Kripa Balokana Karo, Ambora Dukhi. By the strength of your mercy, make me happy. Which means make me dharmic, make me devotee. Otherwise, how will you be happy? That's what he does. He makes us into a devotee. And how is that? How does that happen? We can be able to overcome the material desires. Vishaya Chariya Kabe Shuddha Man. No, wait a minute. Chanded Korana Koribo Samsara Vasana Mor Kabe Tuchahabe. That we are suffering because of the sanskars, the vasan inside. If the sins we committed in the past, it's these deep desires are they longing again to do sinful activities. Samsara vasanamo. So how do you destroy that? Actually, we are born now Kali. That means we have serious material desires, really, that we really have to suffer. So many coverings on our soul. But then it's mentioned in this song, in this bhajan, that they'll become insignificant when Mahaprabhu Arkabe Nitya Koruna Hoibe. By the mercy of Lord Nityananda, these desires of ours will become negligible, tuchha, means not, you don't have to worry about them. But there's no other way. Shastra says this, but there's not giving any other way in Kali Yuga. So Lord Nityananda's mercy was like this, and he was one, you can say, the greatest preacher of the Sankirtan movement. So preachers especially look to him, and his expansion comes as Sri Guru, because in Chaitanya Leela, Chaitanya Leela, the Sri Guru who comes delivers Mahaprabhu to us, and then Mahaprabhu gives Krishna. So Guru gives Mahaprabhu. That means it's Nityananda's mercy coming. To Nityananda's mercy gives Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sri Guru has taken you can say, manifestation of the mercy of Nityananda, and by his mercy and by his purification, one can engage in the Sankirtan movement. Hare Krishna. Any question?
So about Lord Nityananda, often when we are mentioning, not only Nityananda but in general associates of Mahaprabhu, to someone who has come to Iskcon but is a little bit new in Iskcon, it feels like some people from the past and who is this Nityananda, and so it is a little difficult for them to relate that we are mentioning all these pastimes about Lord Nityananda, and they feel like these are, this is not Krishna Leela, this is Gaur Leela, although we know that Gaur Leela is not different from Krishna Leela. So then how to bring about that conviction in such newcomers?
Well, we can mention, like what I mentioned this class, how it's mentioned by our Acharya, who is Gauravani Pracharini, actually the bringer of the message of Gaura. He said in a purport that this pastime, it's there, it's not over. Krishna Leela unmanifested, it's, you can say, winded up. But Chaitanya Leela has not winded up, it's now going on. We have to mention this point. And also, if you like, in Pani Hatti Chidadayotsa, this pastime of Lord Nityananda, there it's explained that Nityananda, because Raghunath Das Goswami, he pleased Nityananda, made him happy. So Nityananda was happy, and so Lord Chaitanya appeared there. No one could see. Only few people could see, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So in this way, when we please Sri Guru, Nityananda Prabhu becomes pleased, Mahaprabhu is there, it is going on, it's not over. We can meet. Even the presence, the mercy, everything is accessible now. You have to tell them this, explain it.
Even for that matter, when we say pastimes of, let's say, Madhvacharya,
yeah.
So then, even that, it doesn't, like, they'll ask, like, where it's not given in Shastra, there's some local people have made these stories about.
You mean Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
No, even for instance, now we have some leelas of Madhvacharya in childhood, he is lifting the rock.
Yeah.
All these things, it's not like officially in any Shastras we find, but it's their followers, they are saying these things.
Yeah.
So even
for us,
for Nityananda Prabhu, we are saying this, and someone has some faith, he's coming to Iskcon newly, but he's still like to accept all this. It's like why?
Well, it's okay. It's step by step. First of all, this is our Smriti. The Smriti, like in other sampradayas, when they're discussing absolute truth, they'll not discuss through Smriti initially, through Shruti, which everyone accepts. Then Smriti is for us, this is our book. So, but through Shruti you can establish the existence of Mahaprabhu. And then you can understand even Srila Prabhupada, if you study verses of Bhagavatam. This will happen, it will spread all over the world, this and that. Once you accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then you accept his followers and his writings, then gradually you come to Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat, and all this is mentioned there, step by step. We will not say initially. People are coming here, we're not saying much about Mahaprabhu, except the mantra he brought, and then gradually we will speak about it, but those quotes are there in Shruti and some Puranas.
What is the position of Srimad Bhagavatam in our Sampradaya? Because all preachers, they preach Chaitanya Leela, they preach Bhagavatam.
Yeah, it was the summary of our movement was spoken by Sarvabhaumacharya, is it? How does it start? You quote that verse so many times now I forgot. Okay, that is, it says that Bhagavatam is our main, Tanaya, Aradhyo Bhagavan, Rajesha, Tanaya. That this Gaudiya Sampradaya, we worship Vrajesha Tanaya. Vrajesh is the owner of Vraja, which is Nanda Maharaj, his son. Because if you say Krishna, then some worship Krishna in Dwarka, some worship Mathura. But Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanaya, we worship the son of Nanda, Tadhama Vrindavan, and his Dham, Vrindavan, where he appeared. Ramya Kachidupasana Vraja Vaduvargena Vakalpita. And the topmost worship which he likes is the gopis form, mood. Okay, then it says Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Prema Pramartha Mahan. Srimad Bhagavatam is the main text, Prema Pramartha Mahan, and love of God is the goal. So the main text is Srimad Bhagavatam for us. And Mahaprabhu, wherever he went, he spoke on Bhagavatam. His associates also chanted those verses and he became pleased. And like Rasikananda, he went and preached and established Bhagavatam in Orissa. And Srinivasa Acharya was a big preacher of Bhagavatam. If Bhagavatam is our main text, we can see it.
Followers, like as you were saying, Gauranga, he preached like worship Krishna.
Yeah.
Surrendered to Krishna.
No. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, he had many deep discussions. They're not there. You know? We have to come to that point. Then we'll see.
Lord Nityananda, he said worship Gauranga. So what should be our motive?
We should take shelter of Gauranga. If you do that, you'll read Gita and worship Krishna. That's what Gauranga said, isn't it? So, but we may not take shelter of Chaitanya. So then now you have to come. Nityananda is saying you should do it.
I think I got kind of what you say. It's like Lord Nityananda Prabhu was not going around
preaching Bhagavatam.
He was telling people you worship Gauranga. Although we won't go and tell random strangers you should worship Gauranga, because they won't know. They will just think there's some cult. But we will mention Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and then they will come to the point of understanding Gauranga.
So look, I remember when I did a program once, somewhere here in Tamil Nadu, in a house, I won't go in detail. And so some people came with me. So in the house, the program was over, and there were new people. And these people who brought me, they went to some people who were very interested, said, come and speak to him. So they came and spoke to me, then I told them, read Gita, read Bhagavatam and all that. You see? They brought those people, then I spoke. So like Nityananda is saying, follow Gauranga. Listen to Gauranga. If a new person comes, you don't tell him read Gita, read Bhagavatam. You say, what's your name? You've been to Iskcon? Yeah. Do you do meditation? Who are you? What is your identity? We don't tell somebody immediately read Bhagavatam. He'll come and tick Bhagavatam. We don't say that. Initially, right in the beginning, first meeting. But you may say, see, you should come here regularly. Iskcon is now embodying the truth of the Vedas and Sanatana Dharma. Prabhupada started this movement. He has many books, you should read them. Then they open the book and start reading, you know. We'll not immediately give Bhagavatam here, but it's systematic, isn't it? So
fall at their feet and say worship Gauranga.
He's saying that if we are saying Bhagavatam is the main text, this is our teaching, why didn't Nityananda do that? Isn't it?
No, like if someone is following Gaudiya, someone is a Gaudiya Vaishnava, then what will be his move?
What will be his
surrender to Gauranga or like worship Krishna?
Actually,
worship Bhagavatam.
Yeah, what will be his mood? Gaudiya's mood, Gaudiya means follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now how to follow Mahaprabhu? Look at Nityananda's life. He's showing us how that he will establish the teachings and the doctrine of Mahaprabhu, what he wants. That's what Nityananda did. So we are in the mood of Nityananda, that we are not with Mahaprabhu in Puri, we came here to our place in Katpadi, Vellore. And what are we doing here? Here we are trying to tell people, Mahaprabhu, you take Mahaprabhu's mission. And if they say, okay, I want to take it, what is it? You read Bhagavatam, you chant Hare Krishna, just focus on Gita and Bhagavatam. Teachings are there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, what we should be giving and following. And wear tilak, so give up sinful habits, chadi anachar, and aparada shunya hoy, make your offenses zero, put a tilak, like that. And in the end, take sannyas. You have to take sannyas. Not now, you have to first of all reach that point. So, what's our mood? Our mood is Nityananda's mood. First of all, preacher. But not only that, he knew Shastra. We have to know Shastra, prepare ourselves, and preach like Mahaprabhu, Nityananda. Go house to Agapati, gare gere ghiya, kolo e prakash. So then explain about Mahaprabhu. And if you know what Mahaprabhu is what, you not just say, watch Mahaprabhu, okay. They don't know who's Mahaprabhu, what he's teaching. Then you have to speak Bhagavatam, Gita and all this. Why are we reading Bhagavatam, following all? Because that was Mahaprabhu's. So that's our mood. Our mood is, like Nityananda was a preacher, we'll be a preacher and present Mahaprabhu. People accept Mahaprabhu, then we'll tell what is the teaching of Mahaprabhu. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shik. Tell everyone about Krishna.
But I noticed is that until a lot later, we don't even mention Mahaprabhu. Usually that people find out, oh, there's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu much later. We notice, like, as you said, someone coming new with this Iskcon, teaching Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. So
even to mention, like, even the word Gauranga will not hear until a long time. But
okay.
Nityananda started with that.
Yeah. I would think it's most likely because everyone knew Gauranga. It was Bengal. He didn't go to Tamil Nadu or Gujarat. He was there in Bengal. People knew Mahaprabhu. Say, you know Mahaprabhu? Yeah, surrender to him. Wherever Mahaprabhu and crowds would go, everyone knew him. And he didn't surrender.
In this context, it doesn't, nobody knows Mahaprabhu.
So what we do is, we'll immediately not say Mahaprabhu. You say Mahaprabhu, okay then. But first you have to tell, first accept Veda. You accept Veda, Shabda Praman, yeah, okay. Now, see, Veda says, become Vaishnava. All right, fine, I'm a Vaishnava. Now see, there are different avatars, but sab avatar, Shiromani, Kevalan. But now, out of all of the avatars, best is Mahaprabhu, you take shelter of him. Yeah, immediately you not say.
Like a Gaudiya Vaishnava is one who is taking shelter of Mahaprabhu.
Gaudiya means, Prabhupada writes in the preface of Nectar of Instruction, Gaudiya means followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gaudiya Vaishnavas.
To take shelter of Mahaprabhu, we have to surrender to Nityananda.
Yes, and follow him. Surrender to him, get his mercy. Not easy to understand Mahaprabhu also. And we are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita after going to Gita and Bhagavatam. Okay, Hare Krishna. Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai.